People are so going to realise that I'm not the person I portray myself to be after this video. Hello honey buns, it is Demi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're just joining us now, welcome! So for today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm coming clean about everything. I'm basically sick of having lies and things that I have to hide from yous, because it just gets a little bit too much. Like, I'm constantly putting myself online, yet there's this whole other side to us that I'm not able to share with yous, that I just can't share with yous. And I'm at this point where I just think I've had enough. Like, I'm going to tell yous the truth, and if you decide to stay with us for this video, and if you decide to stay with my channel after this video, then I appreciate you a lot, and if you don't, then I guess it just wasn't meant to be. So for today's video, I am just going to be talking about my confessions. I seen this video originally on Gabby Hannah's channel. However, I have did a video very, very similar to this early on in my YouTube channel, but I have actually privated because I had brown lipstick on. I looked a mess, like, ew. But anyway, yeah, so for today's video, I'm going to be talking about my confessions. This is just things that I do in life that I'd probably be embarrassed to actually, like, tell people, but I'm going to tell potentially 150,000 people because that's just my life. Anyway, if you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. If you like these more chill videos where I sit down, have a chat to your ears, we'll talk about kind of relatable stuff, then yeah, definitely let us know, because I actually love filming these videos. It's just more chill, it's just more nice, it's just more ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Get straight into the video, but before I do, I want you to tell me one confession in the comments below. I don't care how grim this is, even if you have to set up a fake account so that your identity isn't revealed, tell me a confession in the comments below. Now, go, go, go. Okay, now you've confessed your sins, I'm going to tell you my confessions. Let's go. So the first confession, which I do more often than not, is if I make plans with people, no matter who the person is, it's nothing to do with the person. I want to just clear this up, that it's nothing to do with the person. Like, the person could be the most loveliest person in the world, but if I make plans, from the moment more or less I made the plan, I'm hoping and praying that the person will cancel. So, like, just say it's a Friday, someone says, do you want to go for coffee tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, I'll go for coffee. From that moment of saying yes, I'm secretly hoping and praying that they'll cancel the plans. This isn't to do with the person or that I don't want to see the person. I just don't really want to go out. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather just be in my own house, doing what I want, pottering around, being by myself, being a loner. Like, I'd rather do that and then go for a coffee. And I know that sounds so unsociable, but I don't know what it is. I'm just not the biggest fan of, like, meeting and, like, social environments. However, I do love it when, like, I go to events and stuff. Like, I think I need a lot of time to mentally prepare. So if I've been, like, made last minute plans and it's happening within a few days, usually I'm kind of just like, why did I do this? Why did I do this to myself? But yeah, so this, again, I don't want to sound like a bitch. It's nothing to do with the person. It's just me as a person would rather that the plans got cancelled. But yeah, okay. I might crop that one out. That one's really bad, actually. I probably shouldn't say that. Next thing, I do this literally all of the time. I pretend to be on the phone to get out of, like, awkward situations, or, like, if I don't want to talk to somebody, I'll pretend I'm on the phone talking to somebody. Does that make sense? And I do this a lot in public, and I'm just dying for the day that I'm pretending to be on the phone and my phone actually rings, because Jesus Christ, like, I'll just be like, I'll have no explanation, will I? Yeah, so basically, like, if I see someone in public, before they see me, I'll pretend to be on the phone so that we can't engage in a conversation, or, like, we can't, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just pretend to be on the phone to get out of situations where, like, I don't want to talk to people, or I feel like they could come up to me and we could be in this, like, hour-long conversation. Like, to avoid that, I'll just pretend to be on the phone. But I do it all the time as well. Like, if I'm walking through town and there's a group of people and I feel really awkward, I just pretend to be on the phone and make up this, like, fake conversation, like,
hi, yeah, I'm on my way home. I'm just like on my way home now.
But, like, I'm not really on the phone. But yeah, I do that an awful lot. Like, not even gonna lie, if I feel awkward, I will pretend I'm getting a phone call. I will go on the phone, pretend, okay? So it's just one of them things you have to do when you feel awkward. So the next thing I do is skip showers, which I know everybody does, but, like, if I I'm not doing much, I will like literally not go in the shower for as long as I can. Like, I'm not a smelly person, don't think you're gonna bump into us and I'm gonna smell, because I'm not, okay? But if I have no plans for like 3 days, I'm probably not gonna shower for them 3 days, because what's the point? Nobody's gonna say is, I don't have the time, I'd rather watch a Netflix series. Like, unless I have plans, I don't shower. It's a bit of an exaggeration. Like, if I didn't have plans for a week, then yeah, I would at least get in the shower once. But, you know, I try to avoid it like the plague, because, let's be real, showering is a big bloody process, isn't it? Like, especially if it's wash your hair day. Oh, I hate washing my hair with a passion, so I will try and avoid it at every cost until, like, it's absolutely necessary and people are like, Demi, you stink. And I'm like, okay, I'm going in the shower. Okay, the next one, it's not really like a bad thing to confess, but does anybody else have really intense conversations with objects? Not even just like I don't wanna say this without sounding like a creep, but if I'm by myself and just say, for example, I came across this little thing, like, I would talk to it and I'd be like, oh, like, yeah, it looks really nice, but you're a bit dirty, like, I need to clean you up. Yeah. You know, like, I generally like have an intense conversation with things, because I feel like they're going to talk back to us even though they're never going to. But, like, I just feel like I need to have a conversation with things, so I do. So, yeah, it's another confession. I have intense conversations with objects. Okay, the next one I do all of the time, and I know, I think this is quite a common one, but I will rehearse conversations in my head down to a T. Down to, like, the hello, the goodbye, I will rehearse conversations in my head. Now, I don't have social anxiety or anything, so this isn't like me being anxious about a conversation. This is just me wanting to have my comebacks on bloody point. Like, I want to know what I'm going to be saying to Patricia at 12 o'clock on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it's more so if I know that there's a conversation coming with a particular person, and it could be quite a serious conversation. So, for example, if me and Sean had an argument or something's happened and we're going to chat about it, we're going to have the talk, I'll rehearse in my head what I'm going to say. So, for example, I'll be like, well, I can't even like explain, but I will just go over from the like getting in the car to getting to the house to how the conversation's going to start to how it's going to roll out, and like I'll act it out if there's nobody in the house. Like, I will just go in on practicing that conversation by myself. But the worst thing about it all is it's all wasted time, because never once have I actually had the chat and it's gone the way I'd planned it to go. So it's just wasted time, because the chat never goes the way I planned, but I still have that chat because, well, in my head I wouldn't be mentally prepared if I didn't practice the conversation. So yeah. Okay, the next one I do, I'm really, really not proud of, and it actually has got really, really worse over the last year, is ignoring texts for absolutely ages and then replying with, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like, having to make up an excuse because I can't keep on top of my texts. But the thing is I'm generally not ignoring people. I use my phone for work and for like personal use. I really need to get like 2 phones. But when somebody texts us, it either gets muddled up with other texts and I just don't click on it, or I just see it and then forget. Like, I generally forget to reply. I'm probably one of the worst people at replying ever. Some of my friends can probably vouch for this, that I just take a while to reply, because I don't know, it's just since doing this job full time. Obviously I'm speaking to brands all the time, I'm speaking to like people all the time, and I don't know, things just get muddled up and I just find it really, really hard to keep on top of my texts. It's something I'm trying to improve, but yeah, I ignore quite a lot of texts. Not on purpose, not to be a bitch, not because I want to ignore the text, just simply because I just forget to reply. Like, oh, it's really bad, but I am trying to improve this. I'm really sorry if you ever text us and I take a while to reply. I'm trying to improve this. Oh, the next one I absolutely hate. Now, I do not do this now. This was definitely at the start of my YouTube channel. I would say like 1,000 subscribers and under. I spammed people quite bad, and I'm really, really embarrassed about it now. But at the end of the day, probably everyone does it, and if you've got a small channel, I would recommend you do not do this, because it'll only come back and haunt you, and you'll probably cringe for the rest of your life about it. But when I had like under 1,000 subscribers, I would comment on like big YouTubers' videos being like,
Hi, I have a YouTube channel. I'd really love it if you could check it out. Follow for follow, subscribe for subscribe.
subscribe. And I'm just like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Like, and I get their messages now, and I'm not being nasty when I say this, but it doesn't get you anything. Like, it really doesn't. If you think about it, nobody's ever got famous on YouTube from spam for spam posts, have they? Like, everybody's probably done it, but it's not how you get relevant on YouTube. It's really not. It doesn't work, and the only thing that you're going to achieve from that is an embarrassment when you actually do get a little bit of subscribers and you see them old messages of you going, hi, I have a YouTube channel and I'd really love it if you could check it out. Like, it's just don't do it, honestly, huns. Trust us on this one. We've all been there, we've all done it. I'd recommend we didn't. But yeah, I think it even got to the I think it even got to the extent sometimes where I would like even message my favourite YouTubers and be like, hi, yeah, I have a small YouTube channel and I'd really like it if you could check it out. And I'm so embarrassed about that now, because if I see them, I'm just like, oh gee, I hope they didn't see that message. They probably didn't think I'm a right freak. Well, I am a freak, but like, yeah, it's just really embarrassing, and honestly, like, don't do it because it gets you nowhere, and I don't want you to have to go through the same embarrassing thing that I've had to go through. Next one, I have actually confessed this on my channel before, but I'm confessing it again to a bigger audience. I catfished a celebrity for a year. So basically, I had a fake Facebook account of a celebrity and other friends of this celebrity and her family. And yeah, I kept this account running for a year. Made friends through this account, but like not as me, as the celebrity. It was me and my friend from school who actually done this, and I quite enjoyed it at the time, not gonna lie. I liked pretending I was relevant when I really was not relevant. But yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I have catfished a celebrity before, and it was quite bad. Like I said, this account stayed active and running for about a year. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to confess today is I faked being drunk. Not on nights out when I've been like 18 and that. When I was younger and all the people from my school used to go out to like a field and everyone used to seem to get a hold of alcohol and I could never get a hold of any, so I would have like pop and pretend it had vodka in it and pretend I was drunk when I was never drunk. I just wanted to fit in and try and be relevant. So yeah, I have pretended I was drunk before. Love that for me. Anyway, this is the end of my confessions for this video. If you would like me to do part 2 of this video and it was something you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up. Let's try and smash 4,000 thumbs up. It would mean the absolute world. And if you would like to see my holiday vlogs of Fortaventura, which I'm going on Saturday, let me know because we can do them. But yeah, without further ado, I will let you go now and I will see you very shortly for another video. Bye!